Hey everybody, welcome to week 4. I hope you are all doing well and you're getting used to the format of the class. Last week we talked about writing strategies, and you're going to dive a little bit deeper into doing some of those writing strategies for the exercises this week in the blog, as well as the quiz questions to get familiar with how to respond as a reader and a writer. So let me start by sharing my screen, and I will go over the material and show you what to expect for the week. All right, so our topic this week is, as I said, it's about responding to readings. It's responding to arguments in particular. So you'll be learning a little bit more about essays that take a position on an issue or a claim. And then you'll have 3 ways to respond. So you'll learn about what those 3 ways are. And this is a little bit different. So previously, last week, you read the essay Mother Tongue, and you had some excellent blog posts and excellent thoughts on writing and reading and how you developed your own writing skills and what you learned about each other in the blog. One reminder, though, is make sure that you respond to 2 classmates by midnight Sunday each week in order to get the full 3 points for that assignment. Just want to let you know to do that. So as I mentioned, you're going to be reading 2 chapters in They Say, I Say. One is about 3 ways to respond, and the other is how to distinguish what you say from what they say. So remember that whole idea of they say, I say, that you want to start with a summary, follow with your response, and then also include evidence. So you got a little practice doing that last week, and you'll do more of it this week. The other thing that I'm trying to get you familiar with and kind of into the practice of always doing is anytime you bring in what somebody else has said is to use signal phrases, and you'll learn about that. There's another term called voice markers. So click on that practice exercise. What you'll see is essentially a document that is an excerpt from a longer essay, and you'll want to scroll through it and just see what is highlighted. That gives you a sense of what those signal phrases or voice markers look like. So take some time to look at that, what I've linked there. Since the essay that you'll be reading this week is on the topic of social media, I also have a video for you to watch. It's related to social media algorithms. You'll learn what those are and kind of get a sense of how they work behind the scenes. Maybe you're aware of them, maybe you're not. And same with the essay. Maybe you're aware of some of the pros and cons or negative effects of social media. So you'll read about that and examine the claim that the author is making and really look at the evidence that Justin Vinn provides for that essay. So pay attention to the argument, pay attention to the evidence. That's something you'll be writing about in the blog this week. You'll also give your experience. So I am always curious to know what my students are doing online and what, if they have any social media channels that they follow or which apps they use. It's, share that in the blog and give your feedback to what you think is going on with social media. So that's in the blog this week, and you'll also have a quiz. Sorry, that shouldn't say chapter 19. It should say chapter 4 and 5. It's due at midnight on Friday. So looking ahead, next week, you'll start talking about research. You'll read the essay, Google, Democracy and the Truth About Internet Search, which again kind of gets into this question of algorithms and how that controls search engines. And you'll learn a little bit about how to evaluate sources and determine whether they're credible or not, because that will be important as you start doing, in a few weeks, you'll start doing research for your argument essay for the second half of the semester. It's hard to believe we're almost at that point. So that is it for what you need to cover this week. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I hope this video has been helpful just for giving you an overview of what to expect. All right, I will see you all in the blog. Have a great week. Bye for now.